All right, guys, we're recording. We're live. I am so excited for tonight. We had some amazing rock stars be recognized for their work in June. They absolutely killed it and were recognized as top distributor and/or top distributor and customer enrollers for the month of June throughout the entire company. So we are going to hear from them tonight. They're going to tell you just a little bit about them, then give you a couple of maybe just one tip and an aha moment. They had the chance to be on a Zoom with our Chief Networking Officer, Pam Souter. So some of them had that Zoom on Monday, and I know a couple of other ones had that this afternoon. So we're going to hear from them, and I'm excited for this. So for those of you that don't know, my name's Alicia Gegg. I'm an Ambassador Diamond. And we are going to start with Miss D. So D, if you go ahead and unmute yourself, I want you just to tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and how long you've been in.
Hey everyone, I'm so excited to be on tonight. Sorry for the weird lighting. We are moving, so I'm sitting in my husband's truck. I got air conditioning here. But I am, do what? D Brooks, and I am Triple Diamond, and I joined April last year, 2016, and you may go on from there.
Yeah, so you said it, where you're from. Sorry, my connection.
Oh, Greenville. Oh, sorry, I'm Greenville, South Carolina.
Okay, now what I want you to do is just, let's hear, where's that coming from all of a sudden? Sorry about that.
That's funny.
Okay, I have no idea. That was not an even open app. Okay, sorry. You were recognized as actually a top distributor and customer enroller for the month of June, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to just offer everybody that's on here, just give them one tip or how was that made possible for the month of June?
Well, I'll start first, for the distributor. So when the promo, I tend to be a high enroller for distributors and customers, but when that promo was announced, Saturday, I took it and I ran with it because I know that from just hearing everyone else talk, it was a promo that had never really ever happened before and didn't ever have any intention of probably happening again. So I had so many people. I talk about this business to literally everyone in person, on Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is, every single day. And there's so many people that I get, that can't do the 99 right now or whatever that situation was. So I just always have kept notes on every single potential person ever possibly be interested in this business. Even if they show me any kind of interest whatsoever, I keep a note. I keep a notes in my phone, and it's not even if it's not the 99. Maybe they just they're busy right now, or maybe it's just not a good time for them, and they're in the middle of summer, or hey, school was getting out. So I kind of put a fact about every single person I talk to that shows me some kind of interest, or maybe they've asked me about it. And when any kind of promotion goes on, I run with it with those, especially with those people. And usually at that point, throughout the year, that list just gets longer and longer and longer. Now during the year, I'm still following up with them, and I'm still checking in to see if anything's changed, or maybe their lifestyle's changed, if they've, maybe their jobs changed, maybe their income's changed. So when it comes to distributors, I'm always looking to see, or potentials, is how has their lifestyle changed? Because if I see a sudden change, it might be the perfect time for me to jump in and talk to them again. So when this promotion went off, I was so excited. I did we went live. We were at green carpet we were sitting at the pool when it went off. So everybody at our team was just there was so much excitement and so much passion from all of us, and we were like, this is it, let's go. And I think totally from June 24th, I think till the end of the month, I think right now on my fast start chart, it's 109 people is what I enrolled, distributors. And it was just really just talking and sharing it and going back to all those people. Don't ever let that person that told you no before. Unless they told you don't ever contact me again, don't ever count them out. Constantly watch them. Just like they're watching you, watch them. Just constantly be a name on their feed. Someone that's seeing your name on their photos, liking their stuff, commenting. I always say showing them love, just love on them, so that when you do ask them about the opportunity, they already know who you are. They already know your personality. They know the lifestyle you're living, and it's just excitement. I mean, it's just anybody that says my name probably in Greenville, they know, oh, that's the girl that does It Works. She's the It Works girl. Like, I've built that brand now, so that I just feel like that's so important, is to build your brand, so that whether it's a promotion or not, if you've built a relationship with the people that are on your Facebook, and that's my primary source, is those people are going to be so open to hear what you have to say, because it's not going to be a sales pitch to them. It's going to be like a legit opportunity, an actual chance of an opportunity, or they just want to know more about what you do, because they watch your lifestyle, and they watch how many people you're helping and the people that are interacting with you. And it's just amazing. I don't know. It blew my mind that whole week. I literally feel like I think I had carpal tunnel in my right thumb. I could not move it anymore. It got to the point where I could only voice text. I was like, voice message is all I'm doing, because I cannot move my right thumb. I was actually finger pecking. So I feel like just building those relationships, and don't ever count anyone out, because when those kind of promotions hit, those are the people that you can go back to and make that connection back with.
I love it. So good. So, okay, along with being recognized, like I mentioned earlier, you got to be on a Zoom with Pam Souter. I'm pretty sure you had yours on Monday. What is one takeaway, or what was one aha moment that you had on the Zoom with Pam?
For me, it was more of, it wasn't anything that she exactly said, but it was a combination of what everyone said. And for me, it was, don't overcomplicate it. No matter how many people you're enrolling, whether it be 100 or it was only 10, don't, and I mean that in two ways, meaning don't overcomplicate it. So you enrolled all these people and you're like, oh my God, what do I do? How do I get them to work? Or, oh my God, I enrolled 100, but only 50 are doing anything, or maybe only 20 are doing something. It's, first of all, don't word vomit to these new distributors, and giving them 100 pieces of information that they're never going to retain, but instead just give them the steps to success. They don't need to know everything right now. Make it simple, because the moment we and I kind of got that generalization from everyone talking. It was just, that's what works. Like, it's let them learn as they go, and let them ask as they need. If you word vomit everything that you think you needed to know all in 1 day's worth or 2 days worth or whatever, or in a paragraph that they're not going to read, they're never going to remember it, and they're going to immediately think that this business is way too complicated and they can't do it. So I just feel like the aha moment for me was, sometimes I know I give too much information, just because I want them to know everything right now. And that's me. Like, I'm a very fast thinker. I can retain a lot, but I know not everybody else is like that. So for me, it was just like, slow down, and just don't make it harder than what it is. Like, it's really relationship building. It's really just connecting with people. And I've learned that more and more as I've done this business. Like, it's not about selling a certain product. It's about building a relationship, whether it's a distributor or a loyal customer, and being, their friend, being their mentor, being someone that they're going to buy from you or sign up with you because they love you. And you've took the time to build that relationship, and they're not just a sales statistic or a number to them. They're a person to you. And I think once you make it easy as you can, and just let it come as it goes, then it's a great relationship for both, and no one feels, there's no anxiety and stress. It makes it fun. And I feel like for our new distributors, for the ones that just signed up, the easiest that we can make it, and for us not to be overwhelmed and stressed, and let them see that they're going to realize how easy this business can do, and they're going to be able to portray that to everyone that they sign up, and they're going to know they've got a leader that can handle whatever comes their way, and they're not going to have to be stressed or worried, because they know that we've got their back and they've got our back, and we're going to work together to go to the top.
I love it. That reminds me of, I was reading a book the other day, because I'm just so much into personal development, and one of the things that they said is to seek conversation instead of seeking conversion. So like you said, the more that we try to be friends with people, the more that ultimately they do sign up. So thank you so much, Dee. You are a crazy rock star, and we are so honored to have you share your knowledge with us tonight. Congrats on the house.
Thank you so much.
You're
so
welcome.
excited.
So good luck moving, and thanks for hopping on with us.
Thank you, darling. Y'all have a great night. I am going to go help my husband, but I will definitely listen to the rest, I promise.
Perfect. Thanks, Dee.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Miss Maggie, if you will unmute yourself.
Hello.
Congrats, girlie.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell everybody where you're from and how long you've been in the business.
Okay, my name's Maggie Hood, and I have been in the business it'll be 2 years in September, and I live in a small town in southern Illinois.
I love it. So, again, you were recognized as a top distributor enroller for the month of June. Tell us how you did it.
That is crazy to even hear you say that, but so I signed 25 distributors, and it was really overwhelming for me because normally I like to stay between 3 to 8, I think was the max for me before. But a lot of what Dee said really hits home with me because as soon as that promotion was announced, I referred to my potential list, and she said that it's all about building relationships, and that's so true because when I add someone to my potential list, I will continue following up with them and just liking and commenting and loving on them. So they're watching me. They're continuing to watch me. So as soon as that promotion hit, I knew exactly who I was picking up the phone and calling, and I knew they would be ready because that's what we do. And I think it's Cammie that says it a lot, that we are in the business building relationship. We're not selling anything. We're selling the life that we have to other people and offering that to them. So I really like that Dee touched on that too, because that was really what I did. Was I referred to my potentials list, and then I reached out to literally anyone that I may have been scared to reach out to before, my chicken list and my dream team. If I hadn't contacted them before, I definitely did. And you would be so surprised that how many of those people that I just looked at and were like, no, there's no way they would do this with me, that really jumped on board and they joined with that promotion. So
I love it. Just goes to show you the importance of our 100s list.
Yes.
That hundreds list ultimately turns into your 500 and your thousands list. So, all right. So your Zoom with Pam, were you able to hop on today?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, so I was on this afternoon with Pam, and it was awesome. I hopped on a few minutes late, but I really loved it, and I took a few notes. Probably my favorite and my aha moment that Pam said was, don't give up on those distributors that haven't started running yet. Or maybe, like I said, I signed 25, and at least half of them haven't really started yet. And like I said, it was overwhelming for me at first because I'm like, wow, this is a lot of people. How do I do this? And like Dee said, just keep it simple, the steps to success. The same resources that are available to me are available to every new distributor. And I just love that. It's so duplicatable. But she said, don't give up on distributors who aren't running yet. They may not have had that life change that makes them realize what they have their hands on with it works. So maybe they haven't gone through that change in their life, or they haven't hit that period. I think Carrie Young talks about this a lot. Every 8 months, someone goes through like a life change. They lose their job, they lose their home, they get married, they have a baby. And I just am trying to remember that with my new distributors that haven't gotten started yet. And I really like that she said that. Another thing that I really liked, she said to offer rewards or contests or incentives for those new distributors that have just joined you. She said, either when they get their first 2 customers or when they get their first 4 customers. Offer them like a one-on-one Zoom with you, or like a special like group Zoom with you, just so they know like, hey, she's proud of me, I met this goal, and just an incentive or some kind of reward. And I really like that. Or like a special gift. And I know our team does that all the time. Alicia, you're so good about doing that. And I really want to start trying to do that. And that was one of the things also. Yeah, really like that.
I love it. Well, congrats.
Thank you so much.
You're a rock star. You're welcome. Thanks for hopping on tonight.
No problem.
All right, Miss Lauren Murphy, I'm going to have you go next. So congratulations, my friend.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, tell everybody where you're from, how long you've been in.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I'm Lauren Murphy. I live in St. Louis. I've been in the business just 2 years in May, so about a little over 2 years. I'm a triple diamond, and yeah, that's it. But yeah. Huh?
Tell us how you did this. Like, what's your tip for being a top enroller?
Yeah, so honestly, it's the same thing that Dee and Maggie were saying. There wasn't anything I was doing different than anyone else, except for that I'm really good at keeping a relationship going. And my 100s list is always 100 or more. You forget about people. I do. I know I look at a piece of paper and I'm like, God, what is this girl's name? It'll just be like a name and then it'll say something about her. And I literally would swear that I did not write that name and I did not write that fact about that person. And then I go look at the Facebook page because I always write their name as they are on Facebook. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember her now. And it's true, because when you're in this business and you're building relationships, you should be forgetting people because you're making a bunch of relationships with a bunch of people you don't really know outside of social media. And so that's like how I always run my business, not just when the promotion came, right? Like I'm always looking at my 100s list and making sure I don't forget about the people that I'm building relationships with. And by that, I mean, I'm taking an invested interest in their life. I'm commenting and liking on their posts on Facebook. When they get a cute new dress or they have a baby or a birthday, I'm always telling them happy birthday or congratulations or whatever it is. So I don't think that I was doing anything different than anyone else, except for that I had those people in my back pocket that I have been building a relationship with over the last 2 years. And I never gave up on those people. And so when it was $9.99, they were ready. It's a little bit easier to sell. So I think that's the biggest thing, guys, is just like having those relationships already ready. There's going to be something else. You know, and I always say this to people when they're like, gosh, you've signed, because I'm like Maggie. Whenever people are top distributor enrollers every month, I seriously don't know how they do it. I feel like a crazy person. And so I'm like a steps to success girl, honestly. I enroll 3 to 5 distributors a month, and I really like that. But people will always be like, gosh, you've signed 5 distributors this month. How did you do it? I'm like, I've been talking to this person for 2 years. Like, it did not just happen overnight. But what I did was I remained consistent in my relationship with them. And what just happened was we happened to have an amazing promotion for them this time. But remember, keep doing that now, because while we probably won't have $9.99 kits again this year, right? Like I feel very confident in saying that. What we will have is you're going to have a ton of people who have something happen where it's their time. And you have to have continued that relationship with them so that when they're ready to say yes, they think of you. And they need to be reminded of it. If it works is on the top of our brains nonstop. Well, I hope anyways. Most of you that are on this call, it probably is, because you're showing up. And so it's on our minds all the time. But when you're not a It Works distributor, you're not on Facebook 17 times a day. You're not, thinking about It Works nonstop. So you have to be able to hit people at the right time. And that's what that constant engagement does with that. You never know when somebody had that last wit's end at their job today. You never know when somebody's like all of us had a defining moment that changed everything for us. And I said no to Erica Homeyer for 2 years. And then I had one day. And the stars aligned and she messaged me, and that was the day. I didn't go to her and say, okay, I'm ready. She messaged me, and that was the day that I said yes. So that's the point, is that these people keep building the relationships. You didn't miss anything. Those of you that didn't enroll 25 whatever distributors, you didn't miss anything. You just have to keep those relationships going, because they're going to be ready to say yes to you, and they just have to be able to think of you.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that you touched base on that. And honestly, I was going to at the end, because I think it can be a little bit defeating for anybody that's on here and they're thinking, oh my God, like Dee got 108 and Maggie got 24 and Lauren, did you say how many? I don't even know.
22. I got 22.
That can be like crazy to think, like, I can't do that. Like, I might as well just quit now. Like, we have to remember that this was a crazy promotion.
Yeah.
And, you know, we work so hard to build this 100s list. And, you know, our potentials list grows and it grows and it grows. So I am so glad that you touched base on that, because it's so true.
Yeah.
We work hard, and I'm glad that you touched base on that. It's really not any more complicated than what Dee and Maggie said. We just really work that 100s list.
Yeah.
We connect, sure. Make friends. So, all right, Pam, Zoom. Any aha moments?
Yeah. So my big thing, you guys, and again, Maggie and Dee both talked about this, but I know for me, I'm really competitive, right? So you better believe I'm looking at that report on my eSuite every single day of my fast start qualifications, who's getting their customers, who isn't. And two big things that came from it. One is you need to remember, like, okay, usually I enroll 5 distributors a month and one of them does something, right? And my whole time with It Works, I've enrolled, I don't know, 150 distributors. And how many of them are really like working, right? So you need to like break down that percentage. And so the theme, overwhelming theme, was everybody's in that same boat. And I know for me, I kept looking at that thinking, what am I doing wrong? I'm doing this, I'm running a contest, I'm messaging them. Why am I getting blocked by these distributors that just joined me a week ago, right? I'm just trying to help you. And so anyways, I was thinking it was me, like, because I am not a top distributor enroller. Like, I don't enroll mass distributors. So I'm like, maybe I'm like overbearing because I have so many new people, you know, and I was starting to think it was me. It's not us, you guys. It's reality. And when you start looking at, when you think about it, and I say this again all the time, but we have to give ourselves our own advice. Pam said today, it takes 3 people to make you a millionaire. 3 people that want this business as bad as you do will make you a millionaire in network marketing. And I like to say 5 because we have 5 legs to go ambassador, and it works. So you need 5 people that want to run as fast as you. So if you enrolled, you know, whatever, 20 distributors and 5 are working, well then damn, you're going to be a millionaire in a couple of years, right? So be excited and pour into those who are running with you. Don't stress out or get in your own head about those who aren't doing stuff. It's not you, and it's not going to defeat you, and it's not going to matter. What pour into those who are running with you. So, and then this other thing, just to touch on the Maggie thing, or what Maggie said about, it's, you know, if they're not working right now, that doesn't mean they're never going to work. We need to remember they just joined like 12 days ago, and we're all on like It Works crack. So we're like, oh, get your 4 customers, get your bonus, get your $100 shopping spree. And they're like, you know, I don't know about you, but my activity, like the activity on the team page is just like boom, boom, boom. And we can all manage through it, but they're all probably like sitting at their computer like, what the hell? Okay. So they may need a little bit more time. They may need a second to get their bearings about them and start navigating through the pages. And I know we all want them to get these customers in 30 days so we can get our fast starts, but don't let somebody not getting their fast start because they're just a little slower out of the gates. You guys can understand, I'm sure. Don't let that make you miss out on someone because they don't get it in 30 days. They just may need another second, you know? So that was a big thing that she said that I really kind of stuck with. So
they're probably thinking like, these people are drinking some green Kool-Aid. Where can I get this green Kool-Aid?
Oh yeah. Well, you guys know that's how I was. I mean, I was like that. I didn't get my first customer until I was in the business for 21 days. And I only got that customer because Erica was literally texting me every second. Like, you need to get your customers. You're going to miss out on your free product. I'm like, oh my God, leave me alone. I don't think I even looked at a team page. Like, that's not who I am. That's not how I am. I don't want somebody like pushing me in. It's on my time. And, so I just think don't like close your eyes to somebody who doesn't get it in 30 days.
Perfect. I love it. Thanks for hopping on, Lauren.
You're welcome.
All right, let's go to Chrissy. I'm going to go ahead. There you go. Chrissy, go ahead. Congrats.
Thank you.
And tell everybody who you are, where you're from, how long you've been in.
Of course. So Chrissy Mueller, Triple Diamond. I've been in a really, 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 really long time. July 1st, earlier this month, was my 6-year anniversary. So long time. And from Missouri, very, very small town in Missouri.
Okay. So top enroller for distributors for the month of June. We had this crazy promotion, but how did you make that happen?
What I kind of love, and like this has been like an aha moment for me just through this Zoom, is every single one of us ultimately have the same tips. So it just goes to show you that we don't know like some secret, like, oh my God, okay, I got to unveil this secret so I can go enroll 20 plus distributors. Like none of us have that. Like we're all just non-special. We're all just normal, everyday people who this promo was announced and we just went crazy and followed up like crazy. So the people that I brought into the business weren't people that I just met the day before on social media. They weren't people that I just met the month before on social media. I brought a girl into the business who she's been with me for, my ADD is going a little.
Can you sit with me?
There we go. Got that. These are people that have been watching me for 6 months, a year, 2 years, and one of them had even been watching me for 4 years. So it's just that like the what's the word I'm looking for? I planted my seeds and what's that word I'm looking for?
Your harvest.
Yes, my harvest like finally came through from me just like planting seeds in it for 4 years, for 3 years, for 2 years. And so like, it just goes to show that like, if I would have quit whenever like things were just really tough for me 6 months or a year into it, like I wouldn't have been able to reap that harvest and somebody else would have been able to reap that harvest. So it was just like further like gratification for myself that like, this is why I've been in it for so long. This is why I've stuck with this. This is why I've never given up, because of the people that watched me for that long and I got to follow up with them. But the biggest thing was I did not leave any stone unturned during that promotion. Like every single person got a follow-up from me. I even went through my text messages, my emails, and my Facebook Messenger, and I searched the word opportunity because that's one word that I use all the time whenever I talk to people. So I searched opportunity, let's just like say in my Facebook messages, I searched that, and there were people that I haven't talked to since last year. Like shame on me that I let this person go a year before I followed up with them. So I was not leaving any stone unturned, and I even followed up with that person a year ago into the business. So I think the only thing that sets me apart from somebody that maybe didn't enroll as many people or didn't get recognized as a top earner is maybe I just followed up with more people. And honestly, I think that's the only thing that made me different.
I love that. And I'm glad that you did say that that was a little bit of an aha moment for you, because I listened to Dee and then Maggie and then Lauren. I'm like, oh my God, everybody's saying the same thing. Like you said, there is no secret sauce. It's literally following up and not quitting when somebody tells you no, because I can probably ask every single one of you with all of the distributors that you signed for the month of June, had they told you no previously?
Oh, for sure. Yes.
Right. Yeah. So, that no, we just kind of have to get past and understand that, it might turn into a yes at a later date. So, now your Zoom with Pam, let's hear about it. Any tip, any aha moment that you wanted to share with the rest of us?
Yes. First off, like just being invited to that was an absolute honor, because 6 years into it, I've never been recognized as a top recruiter, anything like that. So I never would have envisioned myself being on there because like Lauren and Maggie, I am a Steps to Success girl through and through. Like I get my 3 distributors, sometimes 5, sometimes a little bit more, but anything beyond that just stresses me out to the max. And not gonna lie, I am a little stressed out from all these new people that I brought in, but just being invited to that was just an honor in itself. But a lot of the girls spoke my ahas, but there was one, and we've heard this a couple of times. So within the 6 days of this promotion, It Works as a whole brought in 240,000 new people with the $9.99 kit. Okay, so just in 6 days. So Pam made the comment, so why are you wondering if people are still interested in what you've got? Because obviously people are interested in what we've got, or else we wouldn't have just enrolled 240,000 new people with this business builder kit. So like, get out of your own head and stop wondering, okay, if like, do people really even want this anymore? Because how many of you probably had a new distributor that you enrolled during this promo, and they're like, nobody wants what I have. Nobody's buying anything from me. Like, people are out there, people want it, and this promotion was absolute proof that people want what we had. You just got to get out there and talk to more people.
Absolutely. Love it. Congrats. Thanks for hopping on tonight and sharing your knowledge and letting everybody know the tips and everything. So, all right, let's see. We got Miss Melissa. Are you good to go, my friend? There you go.
Good as I'm going to be with these girls. So. Like, do you see her hair?
I do. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, she cut it herself.
I kind of thought so. Yeah. All right, Miss Melissa, congrats on being a top enroller. I'm so proud of you. So if you don't mind, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are and how long you've been in.
Hi, I am Melissa Walter. I've been in since May of 2015. I'm a double diamond, and I'm in a small town, Wood River, Illinois, which is outside of like St. Louis area.
And you are a very busy mama. Mm-hmm. Just go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about that.
I am a single mom to triplets, 3-year-old triplets plus one. She is 8, and I am a school teacher. And then I do this too on the side. Well,
yeah. She's busy.
Yes.
So even being a busy mama, you still managed to be a top enroller for distributors for June. So what tip, anything that you wanted to share about how you made that happen?
Well, I always do the Steps to Success every month, and I make sure it's a priority. But when this came out, I literally went back to like Facebook messages from January, November, and just looked whoever commented on wraps, whoever commented on stuff. And I just started messaging everybody and just kept following up. I had a goal to get 50. I enrolled 37, but I had a few before the promotion. And then I really focused on helping the new ones and just everybody try to get people too. But I think I didn't sleep a lot, and I was just determined when they went to bed, I was working nonstop, and I was just going to make it happen. It was just that dedication. I had to do it, and there was no, like I think Lauren said, well, this probably won't come around again. So I knew it was my opportunity to get the people that could do it.
I love it. When Chrissy said there's some feedback somewhere. When Chrissy said there isn't any secret sauce, like I truly believe that there's, it's all about like following up. But I do believe that there's one thing that you have to have, and that is dedication and the drive. If you have that, like I think you're golden. That's the only thing special I think each of us has that helped you be successful and recognizes that. So were you able to hop on the Zoom today with Pam?
Yeah, I was. And some stuff that stood out to me, like they said, like, I have a lot that haven't really started. And I had some kit robbers, so I'm not going to get frustrated with people who were kit robbers and just got the kit, but because some of them are still messaging like, hey, how long do I have to get free products? So I think the biggest thing is if people aren't ready, people have to be ready to start. Like one of my rock stars right now, it took her, she joined a long time ago, and it took her a while to get going. So we can't ever count anybody out. But I like what she said is, just people have to put on their big girl pants, and if they want it, they want it, and go out there and share your goals. Like go live, get on and post like, my goal is to promote this company, or our new people tell people like my goal is to get 4 customers. Like you have to tell people your goals, what you're going for, and don't worry what anyone says. If someone tells you no, if they're negative, you just got to push yourself no matter what. And I think the biggest thing too, I take away from everything is just never quit. Like, you might lose ranks, you might lose your top runners, because I've lost some top runners who were my, emeralds and diamonds above, but it's never made me quit. So after, I wish I was a triple and above, but it's just everyone has their own journey. So don't get frustrated if you enroll people and they're not taking off. I can remember like one of the first trainings I went to, I think it was like the deck of cards you guys gave out, and you're like, whoever has the aces, stand up. And those 4 aces you might have in a whole deck of cards are going to be your ones who work. And like Lauren said, 5 under you are working it, and it takes 5 people to make you where you need to be. So don't get frustrated if you think someone's going to rock it or someone's taking slow. Just let everyone work their own pace, message, don't give up on them. But, it's all going to work out the way it's supposed to for you.
Perfect. I love it. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy night to hop on here with us. And congrats again.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, Miss Lauren Ravan, are you good to go, my friend?
I think so. Can you hear me?
I can. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell everybody where you're from and how long you've been in the business.
I'm Lauren Ravan. I'm from a teeny tiny town, Lyman, South Carolina, and I have been in the business since the end of March, and I'm a double diamond with the business.
I love it. Gosh, girlfriend, you are a rock star. Okay, so recognized as a top enroller and customer, is that right?
Yes.
Yes. So congratulations on that. Tell everybody, was there any secrets, or what is your tip on making that happen?
No, there aren't a lot of secrets. It's really simple, and it's the steps to success. I joke with people, and I still literally will fill one out, and then once it's complete, like, I grab another one. It makes me feel like it's attainable, and I don't worry so much about the final number as opposed to that one sheet. But I think it's also important for people to know that June, I was at the green carpet when the promotion was announced, and up into that moment, it was my most troubling time yet in regards to ease of the company. I depleted my warm market, and I was having to re-strategize because what had worked the week before didn't work the next week. What was working that week didn't work the next week. And I think that it was a really important month for me to grow. And it was this Saturday that the promotion was announced. I was with my husband in the car on the way to our team had like a pool party. And I looked at him and I said, it's not going to happen this month. Like, I'm going to lose diamond. And I said it out loud for the first time, like this big fear. And I was like, I'm going to lose it. And you're not going to make your promotion either. Like, this is it. It's not going to happen. And he didn't say anything. Like, we sat in silence, and my eyes like welled up, and I just couldn't get out of my head. And it felt impossible for me in that moment. And then I kind of took a deep breath, and I thought, this isn't who I am. This is 1 month. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. And although I had fast success in the beginning, I know that with this company, slow and steady runs the race, and the fortune's in the follow-up. So like, I pulled my little mirror down. I fixed my mascara because I was about to go sit with my friends. And my husband, he was like, you know what? Like, Faith has led us here. It's not like we're supposed to be here. It is okay. Take a big deep breath. It is okay. And you guys, not an hour later, this promotion was announced, and tears like streamed down my face. And I'm even emotional now telling you, because I love seeing how Faith works in this business. And I was so excited. I didn't say anything to anyone. My friend Amber Crow, who's on here, was sitting beside me, and all I did was pick up my phone, and I was shaking, and she said, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm going live. And my husband was like, what are you gonna say? I don't know. I was just so excited because I knew, like, holy moly, this wasn't even a blessing for me. This is a blessing for hundreds of people. And that's just the only way. That's just what I kept saying to myself. Like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, if I could give someone this gift, if I could give someone what this business has done for me, for my faith and for my family, I will have been the most successful I could have ever dreamed of being. And that's what motivated me last month, because I went into it in a major slump, you guys. I did not go into that month just slaying numbers and having tons of loyal customers. It took that moment and kind of like having my own pep talk, and then feeling, I guess like God's grace and presence in this business, and knowing that we're here to touch lives. It was a beautiful thing. I know that that's not a strategy, but
no, it's not, but it's perfect. And I'm so glad that you shared that, because it's so true. I think God shows up a lot of times in our business and within our company. And we got to follow, when we hear those little whispers, we got to listen. So whenever you said you felt like you needed to go live, it's important to listen. So did you reach out to a bunch of people, or did they come knocking down your door?
No. So that was, like I said before, that this past month was a lot of self-development for me in regards to having a different approach for different scenarios, because I may have an established relationship with someone where I've planted a seed before. Someone may be a brand new stranger that was just a new friend on Facebook. Someone may be someone that I met in line at the grocery store. And it was important for me to think about, again, we say a lot about a harvest and planting seeds, but not all seeds are planted the same, you guys. You got to think just like fruits and vegetables and flowers, and everything harvests differently and is planted at different times, and people are the same way. And I, again, not to like overly harp on faith, but I often tell, the way I break it down to people is I feel like it's almost like sharing the gospel, or letting like people see Christ in you, not by you necessarily like throwing scripture in their face, but just by genuinely creating a relationship with them. And that's always the way that I have approached it. Like, I'm going to create a relationship with you, and if an opportunity comes up for me to plant this seed that I'm an Networks distributor, then I'm going to. But that's the way I still approach our business. But when this promotion hit, I felt like even people that maybe I just added on Facebook that traditionally I would build more of a relationship with before reaching out to them, I was very bold and honest and would say that in a voice memo or in a message to them. I would say, hey, look, I know that we just added each other on Facebook, and you don't know me from Adam, but I got to tell you, there's this incredible opportunity right now. You can join this business for $9.99. I would love to share what this business has done for me and my family. Can we chat or reach out and form some type of connection with them? For in the past, I wouldn't have been as bold as quickly, but I couldn't sleep with myself knowing that I didn't share the opportunity with someone, because it's not up to me if it's for them or not. It's up to them. And shame on me if I let an opportunity to share it go by, because I could be robbing them of a life-changing experience.
I love that. And if I had every single person on here, well, if I saw their face and I said, has It Works in any way, shape, or form been a blessing to you? I would probably see the majority of people raise their hands. And in that case, if we are saying that this is a blessing, it's only fair that we share these blessings. So I agree with you. Like, shame on us if we don't share that with them. All right, so you were on Pam's Zoom on Monday, correct?
Yes.
Do you have any aha moment that you want to share from then?
I loved that. So I'm on this call, which is surreal enough, and you're surrounded by people who, you've watched them on YouTube and you follow them on Instagram, and they're inspirational and motivating to me. So to be on a call and hear them speak directly is just insane. But for them to openly talk about struggles, and then also to openly talk about the steps to success, and to know, just like we've all been saying, there is no secrets sauce. Like, it's really simple. Really, all you need in this business to be successful is to be yourself and to be a little resilient, and the steps to success. And to hear, $1 million incomers say that is just so assuring. And so then secondly, they talked, just a best practice was about grouping like personalities of new distributors together. And I thought, wow, that's so smart. Actually, Amber shared this as well, but she talked about grouping like personalities together. And maybe if it's a group of yellow personalities, having like a red leader in there to encourage them as well. That's a peer and a mentor, as opposed to just your direct enroller.
I love that.
It was a great idea.
Great idea. I love it. Well, congrats again, my friend. You are amazing. Thank you for taking the time tonight to hop on. So we have next Miss Alicia, if you wanted to unmute yourself. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Go ahead and tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and how long you've been in the business.
Okay, my name is Alicia Clark, and I've been in the business since February of 2016. I'm originally from the same town as Maggie. We were actually best friends like our entire lives. But now I live in a small town in southern Indiana that literally has like 200 people in it.
Even small town folks can make this happen, right?
Yeah, like don't ever count anybody out, because us little town people, we got it going on too. So
I love it. Yes. All right. So top distributor enroller for June. How'd you make it happen?
Well, I mean, kind of like what everyone else said, I'm usually not a high enrolling person. So before the promotion was announced, I was just going for steps to success, and I only had 2 distributors before that, which was about normal for me. So I usually, don't have, I enrolled 26 people. So it was like insane. But a lot of it was because of kind of what everyone else was saying. I didn't leave any person, like unasked. Like I asked everyone, and I even went as far as asking, loyal customers, like, hey, I know you've been using the products for a while. What would you think about, talking about them and having the chance to make money? Like, and a lot of the people that I had that are actually, doing really well now, that are taking off with the business are the ones that were my loyal customers, because they've used the products. They know what to talk about. They know what a loyal customer is and how it works. And that's kind of made my job a little bit easier. And I feel like I'm not so overwhelmed. So I have that to be thankful for. But other than that, I mean, it was just asking everyone. I mean, the only difference between me and, the people that are on here that are talking versus someone that didn't get a high enrolling number is that we just probably asked more people. And that comes with a lot of things in this business. Like you hear it a lot of times, is the difference between you and the number one income earner in the company is that they've completed the steps to success more times than you. They have asked more people than you. They've just done things more than you have. So it doesn't mean that it's impossible. It just means that good things take time and that you'll get there.
Yes. Perfect. Love that. All right. So were you able to hop on the Zoom today with Pam?
Yeah. And that was crazy because we actually lost Pam in the middle of our call. So nobody knew what was going on. Everyone thought she was frozen, and people thought that it was like a disaster for a minute, but she came back on and it was good. Yeah, I mean, it was just cool. Like everyone else saying, like people that you look at on their Facebook for ideas, or people that you watch their videos, for motivation, were like on the Zoom with us. And I'm like, is this real? Like, it was so crazy. I wrote some things down, but a couple things that, I mean, Chrissy kind of hit on one where she was talking about, people want this. And if that promotion didn't show you that people want what we have, like you're not looking in the right places, because people want what we have to offer. And enrolling that many people, 240,000 or whatever it was, that shows you that It Works is not overdone or anything like that. That people still want what we have, that people still are interested in what we are talking about and what we're doing, and we are doing things right. It just takes them time to kind of adjust to that, I guess, if that makes sense. But then the other thing that she said that I kind of was like a really aha moment, she said, you should be that bold all the time. She said, whether it is $9.99, $99, or $999, we should be that bold asking people all the time, because now we know that people want this and that what we do is wanted. And I just was like, why don't we do that? It was so crazy.
Imagine like what our businesses would look like if we were all that bold all of the time.
I know, it's so crazy. And like when it was first announced, like I just wanted to add this too, is that I was with Maggie and we went straight back to the hotel. Like we ordered like food to be delivered because we were like, we're not, going anywhere. Like we're doing this. And like we just kept talking about like what kept me going. Like my goal originally was 10, and I got that in the first 2 days. And I was like, okay, I'm going to have to like reevaluate this. But we kept talking about like the crazy things that could happen with this. Like there could be someone on stage, in a year or 2 years or whatever, sharing their story about how like this crazy time they joined the business and it was only $10 and now they're an ambassador, like they're in Millionaires Club. Like, and we wanted to be like that person that enrolls, them, so they can tell their story. Like, hey, I watched Alicia, I watched Maggie for this long, and I joined when it was $10, and now I'm making, however much from my cell phone. Like, that's so crazy to think about. So that's just really what kept me going. And I mean, it's like relit a fire in me. I was kind of like Lauren, what she was saying, like I was kind of down a little bit, like not down, but just other things were taking priority and I wasn't making my business a priority. And I think that this was a really good way to make me feel like I was doing the right thing again.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for taking the time tonight to hop on. I'm just going to end it with one thing. First and foremost, congrats to all of you amazing rock stars. You got that, Chris? Okay. Congrats to all of you amazing rock stars who were recognized as top enrollers for the month of June. You deserve a crazy high five. I am so proud of all of you. I'm so proud of all of you that are on here tonight for taking the time, to really listen and to gain knowledge, because I'm a firm believer that those who stay connected and those who really stay committed to learning are the ones that grow their checks the most. So congrats to all of you. And if there's one thing that I learned, it's that there's 4 things that all of these amazing leaders and rock stars said. And first and foremost, it was to stay consistent. You need to be the ones that are following up with people. You need to build relationships. You need to constantly be in contact. And lastly, don't give up. That's all. There was 4 things that every single one of them touched base on. So it just really boils down to those 4 things. Don't give up, stay consistent, follow up, and build those relationships. So I hope everybody has a great night. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys all next time. Bye.